Peach Patch, to continue the conversation that we're having, I just want to stress the importance of not letting anybody else beat on you in front of your kids, and do not let anybody whoop your kids, especially your son. In the Black community, a lot of times as single moms, especially when you're a low income single mom, you may call on a male relative to come whoop on your kid because you feel like, oh, he out of control, I can't handle him. So you call your uncle or your cousin or your brother or your grandfather, and you know what happens? They whoop the kid in front of you. You do nothing. You like, yeah, you know, like, I told you granddaddy was gonna get you, I told you Uncle Larry was gonna get you. And then you know what happens after that? The child see that you won't protect them, you fail to protect them, and that same relative will start taking advantage of that child. They will start to rape your child. That same relative that you said it was okay to whoop them, your boy child. And boys don't talk about it. They normally don't tell like girls do, and it affects them. And I know this from experience. My friend that I was just referring to in the previous video, she didn't tell me until we were 18 years old. I was 18, she was 19, and we had our first baby. I had no clue that she was being violated by her mom's boyfriend. I did know about her siblings. I knew that started happening when they got in middle school, and her mom never did anything. Her mom still stayed with this man. She still stayed with this man, and he broke her down time and time again. It confused the fuck out of my adolescence mind, right? But anyways, my best friend said, after like she cried and she told me about it, and I was angry with her because I was like, bitch, I used to spend the night at your house. That could have been me, you know? And she was like, no, Peaches, like, when you stayed, he was nice to my mom. Like, he wouldn't do anything to us. When you stayed the night, it made us safe because you talked too much and he was scared of your mama. And I was like, it still could have happened. Like, I was still mad, but I was like, you know what, I understand, and I feel like you should have spoke up sooner. But she told me what happened was, why she didn't speak up even after finding out about what happened with her sisters, is because she knew her mom wouldn't do anything. She know when he say like what he could do to her mom, he would, because he beat her mom in front of them. They got to see their mama be weak, beat down to the ground, never put him in jail, never leave. He just beat her. After he beat her in front of them and showed them that their mama is weak and she won't do nothing, he started beating on them. Then he started violating them, every single kid that she had. And I just like took that and ran with it. I had my first baby. McKay at the time was like 2 or 3 weeks old at that time. He wasn't a month. I promised myself that I would never let anybody beat on me in front of my kids and not do nothing about it. I'm going to hit their ass back. I'm putting them in jail. I'm not going to just sit there and take it where my child feel like I'm powerless. I can't protect myself, yet alone them. That's number one. Number two, I applied that to everything. Any family member that has tried to whoop my kids, I have went crazy on their ass. If you hit my kid in my face, I'm going to hit you, my father included. I remember my daddy hit Gregory McKay when McKay was about 6 years old, and I lost it. I wanted to fight. I went crazy. I was like, you don't never put your hands on my mother. Meanwhile, my sister was letting my daddy chastise her son. He's a male figure. His daddy not around. She wants an active male figure. But I understood from that experience with my best friend that in a child's brain, all they see is mommy is failing to protect me. Mommy is letting this happen. She's okay with this. And then the abuse can continue. They can go further with your kids. I know it sounds disgusting because it is, but uncles, cousins, male cousins and females too, grandfathers, they will violate children. Your children, the children that you keep telling them it's okay for them to beat and hit, and you telling the kids, oh well, you gotta respect them. Now your kid can't even feel safe to come tell you. So I want to really encourage y'all today to stop that behavior. Do not allow anybody to beat on you in front of your kids. For those of you who are in domestic violence relationships, I know it's hard to leave. I know it takes 7 tries at least for most people to leave, and some never get out. I have been in a domestic violence situation many times, but I have always, not making it okay, I have always done something back to show like, I'm not playing, this is not acceptable, I'm gonna do something back to your ass, just so you know. And my kids know like, oh, mama not the one. Like, okay, I'm not condoning domestic violence. I'm not encouraging any of you guys to stay in domestic violence relationships. I would prefer that you get out, get counseling, learn how to communicate with your words and not with your hands, and all these weapons and things of that nature. But you have to show your children that you are strong, and as their parent, you are going to protect them against their father, your cousins, your uncles, even females. Females can be predators as well. Make sure you express that to your children. It's a lot of boys running around upset because now they're older and they realize like they was violated by their aunties. They was violated by their big cousin. They was violated by the babysitter, and nobody did anything. They failed to protect me, my innocence. All children, male and female, deserve to preserve their innocence.